Pickaxe.
Join us at patreon.com/castparty for a whole plethora of exclusive goodies. 5-day early access to every Cast Party episode, including Nocturne, ad-free episodes, behind-the-scenes info, exclusive bonus monthly one-shots, access to our community Discord, where our community plays D&D games together, has game nights, and hosts so much more, all for less than the price of a single cup of coffee per month. Aren't convinced? Try out a free trial. 7 days free to check out the content that we offer only exclusively on our Patreon. Patreon.com/castparty. Support your favorite D&D podcast, all while getting some awesome perks. Patreon.com/castparty. See you there, casting crew.
Welcome, cast and crew, back to Nocturne, A Curse of Strahd Tale. My name is Ryan McManus, and I will be your director for today. You can find me running the Cast Party socials at Cast Party D&D, or my personals at Ryan.McManus. And I'm joined today by my lovely cast and crew. Finally back. We haven't recorded in forever. I missed y'all. We have Vince.
Hi, I'm Vince Perino. I'm playing Theren, the man of hope seeking retribution. Find me at all my socials if you want to come say hi. I'm Dr. Stoice. It's Blastoise without the bleh.
We got Christian.
Hey gang, what's up? It's me. I'm playing Enzo now, and it feels weird. He was the dog the death called Fury, but he's drawn with crayon these days. And you can find me on my one social. That is Captain Carlson on Instagram.
We have the loveliest May.
Hi, I'm May LaFay, and I'm playing Zielle, who's here to slay. I didn't realize how much my username rhymes with the whole thing that I do.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice.
I'm May LaFay, playing Zielle, here to slay in all meanings of the word. And that's me on socials too, is May LaFay. I'm posting nerdy fantasy stuff and maybe crying about my D&D character.
Back for his 15th intro, Jose.
Are you just going to keep them going forever? Because I like it.
Literally forever. This is your bit now.
Let's go! Hi, everybody. My name's Jose. I am playing Alizzato, the best beard in Vallaki, who's just another soul wandering in perpetuity. You can follow me on socials at DMJoseG and all those fun places. That's it.
And ringing in the spooky times, we have Betty.
Hello, my name is Betty. I am Betty the Beholder on TikTok and Instagram, and I play Dahlia, your constellation of melancholia.
Well, thank God I remembered to write a poem for you all in the meantime, so here we go.
Aw, Ryan.
When last we yapped, we saw our new friend, being scolded by one who brought another's end, though in the morn, Darius came to free him, and as they went for a morning meal, he quickly became a burden. For when they entered the Blue Water Inn, Alizzato piped up, "You got a mouth on you, kid," leaving Darius in the dust, sipping loudly through a straw. You all conversed at your table, mostly getting along. Dahlia healing Theren and protecting you all in a bubble. Zielle made it clear Dahlia would be joining on the double. And while y'all spoke about how to get down the street, Zielle just said fuck it and got up from her seat. She waltzed out the door as she asked Suni to guide ahead, only to find our dear Dahlia was clearly undead. So Zielle, coming off a twinge in your brain, it leads your eyes back inside the Blue Water Inn towards the table, to your friends still sitting down as you abruptly got up, pushed out your seat, and went for the door, just ready to go to the Wachter house and find answers or something, only to get a very strong sense of undead coming from your new friend Dahlia.
I am just gonna stand outside the door. I'll just wait.
Zielle is kind of Dahlia's like comfort person aside from Alizzato at this point, so she would get up and follow you.
If you come out first, I'm giving you like a little look over. So are they coming, or are they gonna stay in there talking for the next couple hours?
I don't know. I was just gonna follow you.
Oh, I guess we'll give them a minute.
Enzo, still at the table, like watches those two leave and then just sort of like awkwardly looks to Theren and then Alizzato, sort of like drumming his fingers on the table, and he goes, "So, are we staying here or are we gonna leave?"
No, they'll come back.
They're coming back.
They have to.
Okay, tell you what, I'm gonna go that way. They seemed like they had a plan, and this seems like you guys are still waiting for something. He like very awkwardly like slides himself out from the table because again he's much too big for most of the things that exist in this town, and then is going to start walking, do that pause and like look back with the white guy grimace on his face, turn back and keep walking out the door.
As you were scooting, Alizzato was also scooting back, like just going to follow you. I'll just kind of like get up, but as you go, I'm just waiting for Theren to move because I won't leave until Theren leaves.
Theren will be the last one to get up. He's going to slowly stand up, start to walk to the door. As he does, walk by Alizzato and just put my hand on his shoulder as I walk by, just a little pat. What a shit show.
So as you walk down these streets, going east towards the town square, you then have to turn abruptly north to go up towards the Wachter house, where Alizzato has been before. Though along your way, Dahlia, where are you walking in the group?
I would say Dahlia is probably...
Oh, you're with me. Because I like my arm through your arm.
Oh, cutie. Very cold to the touch. Very
I was gonna
brisk
ask.
to the touch.
Okay, noted.
But, I mean, there is a kind of warmth that and relaxation that kind of spreads through her body at that physical contact. It's very reassuring for her. So I guess I'm walking by Zielle. Wherever Zielle's walking, I'm walking.
In the front.
Walking in front of the group makes it very easy to see ahead of you, Dahlia, where a small twinkle in the sky comes through the clouds, almost seeming like it's winking at you. We feel a small little tickle just behind your right ear, but inside your head, before a very warm and calming yet playful voice echoes through your mind. Best be careful around these folk. You're too trusty. Hey, come on, that guy's not as big as me. You really think he could protect you, Moonsy? Just kidding, he kind of big. Be safe, kid.
Zielle, because you're like in physical contact with her, would catch this. She does look up, put her hand to her ear, but not as if it's like a nuisance. Like she is closing her ear so she can hear something better. She's trying to focus in on something. You've seen her do this like a couple times, like when she's just like mumbling to herself, she does this as well. She goes rigid and then relaxes, looks over her shoulder to Enzo, scoffs, says something under her breath, then itches her head, trying to like play it off a little bit, but she's kind of stuttering to herself. And under her breath is just repeating the phrase, Moonsy, Moonsy. Has a little skip in her step now.
Are you talking to someone? Or someone talking to you? I like keep walking. She's not trying to like announce it, but she'll like kind of lean in to ask you.
No, I just can hear things sometimes. It's, I just have some friends.
But are your friends like your voice, or is it a voice that's not yours?
No, it's them. It's them. They're just not here right now. But they still talk to me. So it's like they're here.
I mean, Suni talks to me. It's not like weird.
Is Suni your friend?
I mean, I guess among a million other things, she's the goddess who I'm sworn to. The goddess of love and beauty.
Well, you're very beautiful, so that makes sense.
Oh, stop it. But, I mean, you don't know who it is.
No, I know who it is. They're just not here right now. But they can still talk to me. They're okay. They're just not here. I know who it is.
Okay. She gives you a pat on the arm.
What does Sune say to you?
I mean, she doesn't talk to me all the time, but that's okay because I know what she wants me to do. But the last thing she said to me was that she was proud of me, even though I maybe did something really bad. I don't know. But yeah, she believes in me, like I believe in her.
That's sweet.
Yeah. That's the only kind of voice you want to have in your head.
No, this is normal. Relatively. They check in sometimes. That's all.
Yeah, she's like, I believe you. Like, I agree with you.
How long has it been since Sune talked to you?
Feels like it was longer ago, but I guess that was just yesterday. You were there, I guess, during all the destruction stuff, and we did what we could to to stop him. I guess I have to believe that it was the right thing to do, but I am not totally sure. I'm still working on convincing myself of that. It is hard to believe that anything could be right when one of us is gone now.
Dahlia is gonna put her hand on your arm, kind of like you just did to her. If a goddess can be proud of you for what you've done, that must mean it's good, right? If you're not proud of yourself for something she's proud of you for, then you're telling her that she's wrong. And I know some gods aren't really cool with that.
She's like kind of nodding along, like, yeah, like actually, like, no, then that's right. Like I've never doubted Suni, like, since I've known her. And then you get to the part about, oh, that's you calling her wrong, and she, like, her jaw kind of drops, like, oh my god.
Have I overstepped? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I just thought, if she's right and stuff and a god and.
No, you're actually so real for that.
Thank you. I do feel real for that.
I had never doubted Suni before, and she's never led me wrong. So I just have to believe that it's all worth something, because Suni would never be wrong. You're right.
She's really proud of herself.
And with that, we arrive at the top of the hill towards the Wachter house. A few feet from the door, you have the moment to yourself. It looks to be closed. There looks to be lights and candles flickering through the window. No shadows seem to be going across the curtains, but you do see lights bathing from the inside.
I would assume I'd let Alizzato take the lead on this, since he's the only one that she knows has been here. She'd kind of step aside.
As he steps up to the foot of the house, it's very much like he's taking in a moment to be like, I was just here under a different circumstance with somebody else. I'm just gonna look up at the door. If Zielle steps off to the side, I'll look at Zielle and I'll go, what are we saying to her again? We're trying to establish an alliance, or have her show us when to blow up the bomb? I'm sorry, I got distracted.
That's okay. A lot has happened the last couple days. I just... You said she wanted to see me, right? And I'd prefer she saw all of us. And I also would prefer that we saw her before we murder people in her name.
Right. Keep your ear to the ground. Stay alert. Don't eat the soup. Then I'll just kind of look to Enzo. Don't really say much, but kind of do that thing where, like, I make eye contact with him before I sort of look down to the ground again. All right. Should I knock? Would you like to do the honors? Might be a little bit more formal coming from you.
Yeah, all right.
Those loud knocks reverberate through this small opening before you hear a door from the inside open, a couple footsteps, and then the front door cracked. Enzo, you know this face all too well, being a guard of the city. This is one of Fiona's sons, Nikolai. This frat boy looking motherfucker.
Oh, I fucking hate him.
Cocky ass, noble attire, collar
Maidenless.
flipped, spiked blonde hair, and a clean,
Ryan,
chiseled jaw.
Stop, bro. My God, my pearls, dude.
My puka shells. Looks at Enzo. What you want, bruv?
We want to come into the house.
Who you? Oh, you're the fucking guard. Why?
We'd like to come into the house if you don't mind.
On whose name? Whose direction?
Mine. Do you want to do something about that? You want to stop me from walking inside this house, or you want to let us in?
Oh. I think I threw a tomato at you last night.
I think you did. Here's the thing. I got fired, so I don't really have anything holding me back from doing something
Which means you ain't no fucking guard, which means you can't enter my premises upon any jurisdiction, bitch.
don't have any legal binds anymore. So if I punch you in the face, I'm not going to get fired.
Do it.
I punch him in the face.
Oh, dude, let's go.
Roll me to hit.
Kill him. Dude, fucking deck him in the mouth.
my God.
Straight right here.
Oh, God.
That's a 22 to hit.
You're gonna kill him!
Roll damage.
Just going to be 4 damage.
I did not think I would need this fucking stat block. Please hold.
You said it. I tried.
It's the way you could have just said, we're meeting your mom. That's it.
I did. I said, we're coming inside. And he was like, you don't have any authority
You did not
here.
say we're
Anna.
meeting your mom. You said we're going to your house.
That's true.
You said we're forcibly breaking and entering. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Then we're getting lost in the details, I feel like.
Boy. Oh, boy.
As his door begins to creak open a little more, as Nikolai begins to challenge you, Enzo, for trying to forcibly enter his home before unveiling any semblance of detail upon your arrival, that left hook comes in and clocks him right in the chin before he stumbles back and slams the door in your face. Before you hear crashing in this small foyer, another door open, as well as screaming throughout the house.
Hey, Enzo.
I might have messed up. I shouldn't have done that.
No. Believe me, if I could kiss you right now, I would. But for what we need to accomplish, maybe a little bit more of a reserved approach. I hate that fucking kid too. And then I knock on the door.
There is a very small moment, though the shuffling in the house seems to grow exponentially before then calming back down as you hear a set of lighter footprints begin to make its way towards the door. And you know from the last time you were here, Alizzato, that this does have a small eye hatch, which goes right open. Oh, what in the hells?
Hello.
As the eyes of Fiona meet yours, Alizzato. Did you just punch my fucking child?
I wouldn't. I didn't.
That was me.
But, to be fair, Lady Wachter, your son was not allowing us entry upon your home, and you did request the son of the world to be present, and you requested my presence here again, so we're just following up. Your son was just being more difficult than anything else.
That's not unlike Nikolai, though it seems a bit rash.
It is, believe me. We will have a conversation with Enzo when this is over. We're still trying to debate if we like him as much to hang out with us as he currently is, but we do apologize for any inconvenience. I would have punched him personally myself, but, you know, formalities and such.
In their defense, your son was being an asshole.
There's a beat before the eye hatch closes and you hear the doorknob begin to spin. Yeah, fair. He's a bit of an asshole, that's fine. Just maybe a hello next time. Maybe a how are you? How's your day? I'm here to speak with Fiona, the person who owns this house. Anything would have worked.
I look back at Enzo and I go, Enzo, and perhaps we can try that in the future.
Should have tried that in the present, and I'm sorry that I did not. I can remain outside for everyone's comfort. I did not handle the situation very tactfully. It's been a long morning and a longer night, so apologies for my rash behavior.
Nikolai has run upstairs. It's fine. You brought more this time, Alizzato.
I did.
We'll meet in the foyer. I'll let the staff know to get drinks.
Thank you.
Please, as she steps aside and asks you all to enter.
Enzo, as I walk by you, you feel a little nudge from me. I like the way you work.
He just sort of grins a little bit, but he's going to sort of stand off to the side and let everybody else walk in first, and then he'll sort of like take up the rear.
She takes you left after you enter the door into the foyer area. This foyer has a grand fireplace with portraits all around, a couple seats, sofas, red leather, as well as a dining room table off to the side featuring 8 chairs, high back, gorgeous plush chairs that Alizzato previously had a wonderful meal at, though she brings you over to the foyer portion, the more northern end of the room. A little more of a den, a cozier feel. There's a couple candles lit, along with the fire roaring in the fireplace as she sits in one of the lone chairs, crosses her legs, and gestures for you all to sit.
I'll probably remain standing.
Enzo is kind of taking the same stand. I think he's sort of standing close-ish to the group. He sort of crosses his arms, but he's just going to remain standing. I think he kind of knows he doesn't have anything intellectually to add to whatever is about to happen here, but physically he adds some level of intimidation or something. I don't know. He just kind of looks like he's going to stand here and try to at least play bully bodyguard.
Theren will be standing as well.
Zielle was glaring at you, waiting to see what you were gonna do. She's glaring at you. She's waiting to sit down until she sees what you do. I'll swear to Suni.
Fine. After getting a good look from Zielle, Theren will go and take a seat.
She gives it a second. Make sure he's not acting up. The other boys, they can stand. That's fine. I'm sitting on the fancy couch.
At first, Dahlia is gonna go by Enzo and like emulate what he's doing and like try and be like, yeah, I'm a cool kid too. And then seeing the glare that Zielle gives Theren will then settle on one of the recliners and like tuck her legs under her and get like cat-like really settled into the chair. Very uncomfortable.
Well, first I must give my sincerest apologies. Zielle, Theren, Alizzato. I know your group was close with Tanis, and Ernst had delivered the news last night. My sincerest condolences to you all for your loss. As she looks each and every one of you in the eyes for a little longer than she should, as she takes in your presence, your demeanor, what you chose to do when you entered this house, where you stand, how you look, the emotion expressed upon your face. As she finally rests on Zielle. But thank you for joining me. I knew it would be too long before you were in my manor, and I hope you find yourself comfortable.
Tomorrow's the day, so I thought we should rope everyone in to the same plan, including our new companions. She'll start to introduce Dahlia, but then she'll trail off in case she doesn't want to use her name or whatever. So just this is
Dahlia. Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Fiona.
And it seems your son already knew,
Enzo.
Enzo just kind of grins and nods.
There's been a lot of rumblings about you, Enzo, the past 12 hours, maybe more.
Yeah, that's what they say.
I didn't think you'd end up on my doorstep this quickly, but I won't complain.
You know what they say about lost dogs?
They always find a home, don't they?
Chuckles under his breath.
Well, straight to business then, okay. What questions did you have? I thought Alizzato, as she nearly side-eyes you, as she continues her sentence. I had assumed he would express the plan. Did everything go according? Is the device set?
Alizzato is very much doing that thing where I'm not baring my eyes and my eyebrows, but I am making a very deliberate choice to stand in a place where I once was comfortable. I am just gonna stand and I'll just kind of nod to her, and then I'll just go, it's in the wicker, son.
As it should be. Perfect. No issues?
No issues.
Did anyone see you?
Yes. There was a boy, a guard. We made conversations with him, me and Tanis. But I don't think he'll be any trouble to us. I think we're in the clear.
They did deliver your message. I just thought before we were to, engage in an act of war that we might hear just about the prophecy from your own lips and see you face to face.
Oh, she calms herself and sits up straight, shuffles into a comfortable position. First, there would be the coming of an outsider to Vallaki, foreign to this land. The coming of this outsider would mark the beginning of a new age in Vallaki. The coming of the outsider would also bring a great ruin, a purge on the town like none other. But when the ruin was done, the blood of the outsider would shed sunlight on Vallaki yet again. Straight from the lips of Madame Ava, who I believe, according to Tanis, you two are familiar with. I met with her long ago. I decided to make a trip to the Serpool. I just needed to know what would happen to my beloved city. The Vistani welcomed me, as they always do. And I knew I had to meet with Madame Ava. Word spread throughout Barovia of her intuitions, her powers, her readings. And Zielle, I believe you to be the one in this prophecy. If you haven't proved that already. I believe we've undergone a great ruin, don't you think?
Yeah, I'd like to get to that great triumph part.
As would I. And in less than 24 hours, I hope to be standing upon that stage in the town square with the burgomaster's head grasped in my hand.
I just thought, and she looks around at her friends, that, well, given, I don't know how much detail you heard about Tanis's death, but given Isaac's strength, and that's not including the burgomaster himself, who we now know is in fact endorsed by Strahd, maybe you could offer us a bit more reinforcement tomorrow, should it come to fighting. I mean, maybe the bomb will take care of it all, but maybe it won't.
The bomb is not meant to take care of Isaac. The bomb is meant to kill the burgomaster. You, as she looks to Alizzato with a near sneer, are to take care of Isaac. I thought that was properly addressed. That is why I need you. Valachians are not strong people. They know how to fight, but not against the devil. We have numbers that match the burgomaster. There's a reason you made it here safe and sound. There's still hope within Valachi.
I mean, fighting isn't the only way to help. We could perhaps... I mean, the general store was destroyed. We have no access to anything that might help us in our own fight. You seem well enough off. I just thought you might have a connection or that sort of thing.
The past events in general have left this city distraught, yes. But now the people are more fired up than ever. We need new winds to guide Valachi, and that's what this event is all about. If we take out the burgomaster, it is going to be civil war. Though if we make swift justice of it, the burgomaster and Isaac, those on his side will come to terms. More people by the hour are resenting the burgomaster and his lead after what transpired yesterday. There's a reason you all still walk freely throughout the streets after Isaac's decree. Our followers see you all, at least the three of you, as beacons. You are not a distress signal. If this is to go down, as it should, we take the burgomaster out, potentially some collateral on Isaac, you three, and hopefully your new friends, if they swear their fealty, take down Isaac, while our men and women and citizens of Valachi on our side hold back those in favor of the Baron. There should be no other bloodshed aside from the burgomaster and Isaac. My men are prepared with weapons, hidden the best we can. Valachians won't bring fists to a knife fight. If they see we have the upper hand, if they see that Isaac is gone and they see the Baron is overthrown, the new age in Valachi will come.
I will look to my guard dogs. That's most of what I wanted. This support will help. I wanted to meet the person who convinced Tanis to do that.
You said swear fealty. What did you mean by that?
Not in the kneel, bow, curtsy sort of way. As long as we have your word that when things go down tomorrow, we know we can count on you.
Well, in that case, you have it. Not for you, but I have my reasons.
I know I've already agreed to this with you, but before all my new companions, can you truly guarantee a transition of power where all of those that follow the burgomaster will answer your call? No bloodshed, apart from what needs to be taken care of.
That is the instructions that were given. The crowd is to pull their weapons and begin to form a barrier around the town square, leaving you all to deal with Isaac while they hold the others off. No citizen is stupid enough to do that, to bash through a barrier to try to save Isaac. The second that device goes off, the Baron is done. Their leader is gone, their flag is burned. It's a ship without sails, and I intend to get up there and rehoist the mast. But I need Isaac out of the way.
I think I did an insight check when she kind of told me like a similar thing with Tanis. But now as I'm sort of getting ready to commit to like the fucking bit, Can I do an insight check to see if like there is not so much if she's telling the truth, but like if I can sense any like hint of underlying sort of like purpose that she's trying to like disguise from us or something like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dirty 20.
Her words ring true to you, Alizzato. That is the plan. That is what she has instructed her followers to do. If anyone happens to go against that, that is their own personal doing, though this is the instruction and the plan that Lady Fiona has given to her followers. Though you take note, Alizzato, when she says followers, there's a slight undertone to that. It feels like there's something else there.
Then I'll just try to catch the gaze of Theren and Zielle. As far as I'm concerned, we kill Isaac tomorrow. That's all that matters.
He's a dead man walking.
You guarantee your men will stand up against Isaac when the time comes.
No. You will.
Like a slow, gurgling, personal menacing laughter comes from Alizzato.
All right.
Unless you want to see more bloodshed throughout Vallaki. After the hell that we just experienced yesterday, the citizens are instructed to go nowhere near Isaac and let you deal with them. That is your job. The device is planned, the Baron is gone. That's 1. Checkmark. Step 2, that leaves way for Isaac and maybe, just maybe, some collateral from the bomb. We'll do a number on him if he's close enough. You are to take him out. Alizzato, I thought I made this clear.
You cannot fault us for being a little trepidatious in our approach. You can assure, without a shadow of a doubt, I will pierce the... And he kind of like holds back and kind of controls himself. I will make sure that Isaac speaks for all that he has claimed. Every single soul in this life and the next will make sure.
She was blank stare, dagger eyes, straight into yours, talking through gritted teeth. Though as you finish that, she relaxes. Her shoulders go down, a cracked smile off the corner of her lip. Then may Isaac have a plentiful 24 hours left of his life.
Just kind of nod, sort of like pivot where I'm standing as to like, to either to go, but I'm waiting for everyone else to either say what they will or, but Alizzato's pretty much like, okay, mission understood.
Yeah, I'll stand up.
Thank you all for joining me. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Maybe knock a little kinder next time.
Tell someone else to answer the door.
If you need a place to stay, my offer still stands. We have a guest room with some 4 beds. If you need hospitality, our doors are open.
Thank you, but we have lodging, and unless it become a problem after tomorrow, which I don't think it will, we're comfortable where we are.
Enzo's doing the same thing he did when everybody was walking in, where he's just sort of like posted up waiting, and then he's gonna, tuck and tail at the end of it.
She is currently, as you guys get up to leave, taking a sip of her wine as she glances up at the fireplace. There's a portrait, a family portrait, hanging above the fireplace of her, 2 smaller boys, 1 even smaller girl, as well as a man standing next to her with his arm resting on her hip. As you guys make your way towards the front door, Enzo taking up the back, everyone else makes their way into the foyer, and Enzo, as you go through that first door before you exit the actual door, you hear from up the stairs, "Hey, you better run, bitch! Bitch! Nikolai!" Before the door shuts behind you, and you guys find yourself outside Wachter House.
I like to imagine too with like a wedged up tissue. Yeah, like
he's got his hand covered over his face, a piece of toilet paper in his nose.
I really thought he was going to have a tomato from the kitchen.
That would have been so funny.
So good.
We're leaving.
He like freezes for a second. You see his face kind of go red, but he like keeps like mechanically moving his legs forward. As you can tell, he's immediately wanting to go straight up and punch him again, and does not. To his credit, he does not do that.
Any other things on the to-do list for today. I'm good to just go back to the inn and get ready for tomorrow. I'm still exhausted.
Right, yeah, I was gonna go home, but this was fun. This was good. So
Yeah, really good team building.
right. I'm sorry again about punching the child in the face. That was not my best look.
I grab Enzo by the top of the collar and I just turn him around. Don't you ever fucking apologize for punching that dickhead ever in your life.
No, wait, maybe we should let him. Remorse is good sometimes.
The most sincere look possible. It's just genuine. I do not feel bad at all that I punched that child.
No,
I do
Allie.
feel bad that it jeopardized what we were trying to do. He asked me to hit him in the face, so I hit him in the face. What we were trying to do was jeopardized. I apologize for that. Not a good look starting off trying to help you guys with the task. But Ali, I'll never apologize for punching a dickhead in the face. And I would do it again and again and again.
Unblinking, gritted teeth. I give you one of those like fist bumps in the chest from your fucking height. Keep it up.
I'll turn to Theren and just sort of nod as we've established that there's at least 2 people in the group that are happy that I punched the kid in the face. And I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, okay. I turn to Zielle though, and I give sort of like a kind of shrug as if to say, whoops, sorry.
I'm leaning over to Dahlia, the only person with any scrap of sense here, and saying, it's the way that if anyone used this logic against them, they'd suddenly be mad about it. Crazy.
Right. Agree. I agree.
Zielle, you're exhausted?
I mean, like, emotionally, I guess.
Oh. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It comes with the job of being the foretold prophecy, whatever.
Right.
It's fine. We have things to do for ourselves after this. We're gonna go on the field trip for Theren, and we're gonna go meet Rictavio. It's just, if we can get through what we just got through, then surely tomorrow will be no issue. I just worry about you guys. Rictavio, he gave me this. Wait, you were with me. This pendant, and she'll like pull it out of her like chest plate. It's like silver, and it's in the shape of the sun and has a red gem at the center. You may have seen her pull it out when she yelled at Strahd and cast that sunlight that appeared out of nowhere. He was leaving with his pet and gave us this to help. And he said he was going to a tower outside of town, I know. And he said to meet him there. Of course, we'll take care of things in order of importance. We'll do the place with the dragon's hoard or the sword or whatever. We're going to get it done. We have a list. We just have to take things one step at a time. And I maybe need to have a glass of wine before tomorrow and some meditation and some prayer, and we'll be good to go. And she like puts on the classic Zielle smile. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Enzo just starts nodding and goes, well, listen, if I believe in anything, it's having a list. Do things by the list. So if we've got one of those, we should be fine.
Yeah, no, I agree. Thank you. Finally.
As the checklist talk begins to fade away as you begin to walk down the hill from Wachter House back towards the main roads of Vallaki, you do hear a bit of a uproar. Not much, just 1 or 2 voices.
Devil lovers! We knew yous was with the Wachters.
Before you see 5 individuals standing on the road, blocking you from the gate that leads up to Wachter House. And you see a large half-orc woman with black hair, a white streak down, tied up in braids before she walks out in front, trying to calm down the other 4 individuals. We don't want any trouble, but we just need you all to go. We'll make sure as hell we make it if you don't get out. And ahead of you, you see a disheveled mess of humanoids. They are blocking the road between you and the main northern district of Vallaki, as they look like almost makeshift vigilantes. And Zielle, being in the front, you You see 2 guards look up your way, but begin to turn a blind eye and begin to continue walking down the street, continuing their patrol, as these 5 individuals now stand in your way about 40 feet ahead of you.
Theren, breathe. Theren, breathe.
Immediately, Theren is pulling out his sword. He's slowly walking towards them, and just the tip of it is dragging on the ground. Head down, looking up at them. He is just slowly dragging it and stands 5 feet away from them. You will move. Now.
We'll move if that means you're going.
When Theren says that, I'm gonna wild shape into a wolf.
Weirdly, Enzo's gonna try and jump in. I'm gonna put a hand on Theron's shoulder, and I'm gonna try and kind of step between him and these people, and I'm gonna kind of look at him. What are we doing here, huh? You trying to make a blockade, or what's the plan, huh? Level with me. What do you want? What do you want to happen here?
We just want y'all to leave.
Leave what? Leave Velocki?
Sure, anywhere. I don't give a fuck where you go.
Or what? You gonna kill us?
We can try.
You could, and that'd be bad. That'd be real bad, wouldn't it? Look at my face. My friend is about 2.5 seconds from cleaving you top to bottom. I'm trying to keep that from happening because there's a wolf behind him that's going to eat what's left of you. Work with me, okay? What do you want to happen here? Do you really want to fight us, or do you want to let us pass and keep your reputation of loving the Burgomaster nice and shiny? I'll give you a gold star myself. Just let's pass. Let's forget any of this happened, okay?
Enzo, hit me with persuasion or intimidation. Your call.
Can he do it with triple advantage because he's nice?
He just punched a kid in the face.
You know what? I will give you advantage from Theren with the sword drag and stepping up first. But that means you have to do intimidation.
Okay, advantage intimidation. I've got a 17.
Listen, I don't want to fight. I don't want to die. I just want my city to be okay. And if you're with the Walkers, I don't know if I can have that.
I reach out a hand and pat him on the face. I know. We all know. Step aside. This ends very badly for everyone if you don't.
Theren, perception check.
18.
And Enzo, what's your armor class?
I'm rocking the civvies right now, so I'm in, that's like a 12.
Enzo, as you begin to reach your arm up to make contact with this half-orc, you hear a bolt come from a tree to your south. It's going to stick right into your chest. You're going to take 7 piercing damage, Enzo.
Damn.
As a bolt from a tree high up launches through the leaves and sticks right in between your ribs, thinking that this was going to be an attack on the person who was to be making these negotiations. So would you all roll fucking initiative, baby?
Oh.
Alizzato, what color wolf you want?
A full wolf where there is the dark gray fur, but when the light catches it, it's like an iridescent red that just runs down the entire...
Anyone above 20 for initiative?
Above 20? No.
Dang.
15 to 20.
16.
15.
19.
Dahlia, what is your dex?
+2.
Okay. Zielle, you had 16.
Yeah.
What is your dex?
1.
Enzo and Theren, what you got over there?
I got an 8.
I got an 11.
So I'm not giving anyone a surprise round except for the one who shot the arrow. So we are just going to start at the top. I'm going to go through these quick because we do have a lot of ruffians. So check through your character sheet in the meantime. I will let you know that Dahlia, you are going to be the first player character, though we have 2 big boy archers going first.
Shit.
You see from above the cliff, coming out from behind the garden that Walker House has on the lefternmost side of their house, from a tree on top of the cliff, you see another one with a bow and arrow shoot down. This one, again, going for Enzo because he made the first move. That is going to be Enzo, a 14 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh.
Enzo, you're only going to take 4 damage from that bow, as this one coming from the exact opposite side hits you a little more in the collarbone, coming from a higher vantage point. As the little halfling in the tree reloads that little hand crossbow and gives it a shot. That one is going to miss, however, as this bolt just goes straight into the dirt beneath you. Dahlia, you are up. We have an NPC, and then Zielle, you are on deck.
Oh my gosh, it's been a long time since Miss Girl has seen any kind of combat. Is rather averse to it. So she definitely goes, as they're still talking, to try and help the negotiation. And then upon seeing that arrows are flying, we're in a different scenario now. Things have changed. So Dahlia is going to cast. Can I see the archers?
You would have vision of number 6, the humanoid on top of the cliff. The halfling in the tree, I would require just an investigation check to see.
Well, it's bad. It's a 7.
Nothing from the tree. It is a big, dense tree. You just saw the bolt flick out, a couple leaves fall here and there as sticks break, but your attention is immediately drawn from the tree to the cliff top as that arrow comes down and hits Enzo second.
Okay, then seeing right where that arrow that hit Enzo was, her eyes are gonna, her pupils are white, but the surrounding area is black. That white kind of crackles as that same white energy we've seen from her before, crackles from her fingers as she is going to, as that arrow crosses, she's gonna spot him and shoot something right back and attempt to cast sleep on this humanoid. Has a range of 90 feet. It puts you into magical slumber. I roll 5d8, and that's how many hit points of creatures the spell can affect. 15 hit points.
That is enough.
Yes!
Dahlia, I'm gonna have you roll a d4 to see which direction he goes.
Oh, good. Yeah, make him fall off the cliff. He shot me.
Oh no, I forgot that was a cliff! 1.
He does fall to his knees, but go back into the Wachters' garden.
Oh, God.
So he is currently snoozing.
Nice.
Is that the end of your turn, Dahlia?
I am going to, I think I want to move to where our heavy hitters are because I want to be able to heal if I need to. So she shoots for the cliff. She's like, fuck, oh, thank God he didn't fall off the cliff. And she's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. She's going to be kind of in the middle there between where everybody is. So she can have the biggest radius of healing if anybody gets zoinked.
All right, we are going to move to the half orc up front who was trying to talk to you all and get you guys to leave as Theren, right in front of her, begins to challenge her. She's going to grab that makeshift spear the best she can. And Theren, would you please roll me a D100? That is a nat 1.
Yes, I can.
For Betty's sake, I do a crit fail and fumble table. So something extra fun happens when a 1 happens. Something extra fun happens when a 20 happens.
Uh-oh.
59.
As she goes to grasp that spear 2 hands and swing up at you, really unfamiliar with the length of this weapon, she goes a little wide and begins to stumble. The spear clips off of your shoulder and nearly falls out of her hands, though she catches it. She did save on her dex check to not drop it completely, though I will have her roll only as a one-handed weapon next time, just to reduce a little damage in case she does hit for that nat 1. That is the end of her turn. We are going to move to Zielle with Alizzato on deck and Theren afterwards.
I still do not have my weapon out because these are puny, sad little town people who don't know what's going on. As nobody is attacked, or nobody's hit anybody except for the archers who are too far away and clearly bad at their jobs, I am going to take a step forward. Can I also roll to see if I can see the other archer who's the only other one who's attacked?
Yeah, please.
God damn it. It's a 6, so 1 less than Dahlia.
That is going to be a negative on seeing that archer up there.
All right, cool. Then in that case, I will be targeting the half-orc leader as well as, I guess, the person behind her, whoever's the next closest to my party members. I will cast command and say, at the 2nd level, and say, drop to both of them. And I would just like to add, not using the spell, we don't want to hurt you. We just want to talk. Your archer jumped the gun. Jumped the bow. So it's a wisdom save for both of them?
The half-orc got a 17. The one behind got an 11.
Okay, well, then it'll affect her, not the half-orc.
You can see the half-orc turns to you, feeling this sense of command, this little bit of magic coursing through her, as she then hears the clang of a dagger behind her. Are we just giving up? She just has her hands right in the air. This is a smaller halfling woman. Zielle, is at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Alizzato with Theren on deck.
I'm gonna fucking kill everybody. Question, would I know the creatures that Zielle was trying to target? Like, did we see any effect? Did any of that sort of visibly take sense?
You would know that the half-orc sensed the magic,
Okay.
heard the halfling behind her drop her weapon.
Okay.
She made a physical note of that and brought up, are we just giving up? Is that the thing?
If you see me, then you would see that I was addressing the half orc. So I feel like
Yes.
probably deduce.
Then what I'm gonna do, because at the end of the day, these are just Velaki citizens, and I was like, what the fuck are y'all doing? We just came back from brunch. So I'm gonna
Toss the mimosa. You're like, are you kidding me?
are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, but like throw it back. So yeah, I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, because I have 40 movement as a wolf. And if I can, the half orc, yeah, she's the one that was making the calls. I would like to just make an intimidation check.
Yeah, please. If that's what you would like to do with your turn, absolutely.
Would you allow me this? So if I were to make an attack because of my pack tactic, I would get advantage on the roll. Would you say that because there is an ally of mine within 5 feet of the person that I'm trying to attack?
I am absolutely going to give that to you, especially with the command that Zielle just did. She saw one of her compatriots drop her weapon. I will absolutely give you advantage on that.
Hey. Oh yeah, that's a 24.
Whoa!
18 plus 6.
As this large wolf runs towards her, the fear in her heart begins to jump. She just turned back, seeing one of her vigilante friends, who they had a pact together to get this job done, has just dropped her weapon, given up, only to turn back around to see this large wolf running at her specifically.
I Akira slide into the position, and then I just like stop, and you can see the red sort of like essence coming from my fur, and then it's just like a deep growl as the dirt or sand is like being kicked up. That's all.
That slide is just enough to startle her. You see that she does indeed drop her weapon, though out of startle or out of fright, you aren't quite sure whether she's joining her friend behind her or she was just jumped enough to have this launch out of one hand. As she now is weaponless, surrounded, and her hands up. Alizzato, is there anything you would like to do?
That's all I can do for my turn. So I'll just kind of stand there, ferocious, red eyes, looking at her. Nothing else.
Theren.
On the side, on Owlbear, here, are we able to move through these, or is it rough terrain?
Yeah, I would say that's under the tree.
Under the tree, okay.
The tree bark. What's the base of a tree called?
The trunk?
Thank you.
Oh my God. Give him inspiration for that.
Yeah, please take it. That's so embarrassing.
That is amazing.
Theron's gonna run in between Enzo, and the one right in front of me was the leader, right?
She seems to be the one who took charge in the conversation, trying to settle down the other ones before they got a little too feisty.
Just no remorse, running in between the two of them, running towards the tree where we saw one of these shots come from. I'm going to kind of run right under it. And as I'm dragging this sword behind me, and I'm just sprinting right over to it, you could see the little purple tendrils starting to crawl down the bottom of the sword, and then they start digging into the ground a little bit. When I get to my spot, I'm going to slam it down into the ground, and all those tendrils dig their way further into the ground. And then you see them all come out of the ground under everybody within 10 feet of me. And they all try to start to grab onto each person. And I'm casting Arms of Hadar.
Ooh, okay.
Damn it, Theren.
What do you need from me?
It is a strength saving throw, 14.
It'll be everyone but number 4 and the guy up in the cliff. So, all right, we are going to go 1, nat 1, 2, 17. This is 3, 11. This is 5 is 13. And 7 failed. Everyone failed except for the one who gave up first, our little halfling who dropped her dagger. Everyone else has failed and is now almost as if the roots of the tree that the halfling resided in, who started this encounter, sprouted out as these purple tendrils come up from the ground, reaching through the grass, through the dirt, and begin to grasp at everyone's ankles. Theren, please roll me damage.
It's going to be 17 necrotic damage.
You're killing them.
I want to just pull them down to the ground. The ones that this actually affects, I want to try to, if it does like knock any of them, like kill any of them, I don't want to go lethal. I just want to bring them to the ground and basically knock them out.
I know spells aren't technically allowed to be non-lethal. I've always found that to be a little odd. Given the flavor that you gave to this, I'm going to give you the option. If you would like to do non-lethal, you absolutely can. If you would like to full rage it and let it go, have at it. This is up to you.
I want non-lethal right now because in Theron's mind, we need as many people alive as possible to fight if it comes down to it for tomorrow.
Yeah, but these guys are going to fight against us.
We could change their mind.
As it is plunged into the base of this tree, the roots spread throughout. You can see the purple tendrils begin to climb the trunk and dance along the branches before grasping onto this halfling and pulling her down to the floor. As these all grasp at the ankles of the enemies around you, in one swift motion, you give another jerk into that sword into the ground, pushing those tendrils down as the others just fall to their knees. Theren, you have everyone taken care of except for 2 and 4. You have everyone grasped on the floor, non-lethal, quote unquote, unconscious, aside from the halfling who has already given up, and number 4, a humanoid female in the back who seems to be holding a makeshift club with some nails sticking out of it, who is the only one standing awake and seems to be frightened. But we'll see if that lasts as we move to Enzo.
Enzo is going to break off these bolts that are stuck, one in his side, one in his collarbone. And I'm gonna step over the half-orc that's now pinned to the ground to get between these two characters. And I'm gonna sort of like kick the dagger that got dropped as well. And I guess I'm facing mainly towards number 4, sort of this female in the back. But I'll also sort of like cast a glance over to the halfling as I say, I think we both know that this ends badly. So how about you just drop the bat and call it a day?
Enzo, intimidation check with advantage, given that every single one of her vigilantes who came along with her, she decided to follow, and everyone is now backing down at the sight of you all.
10.
With that bat double-handed, raised in the air, ready for a swing over her shoulder. Her hand's on it, though she looks ready to talk, as I will get us out of initiative. As you all have subdued the ruffians non-lethally. The half-orc now grasped, she had her hands up and is now pulled down to one knee. These purple tendrils wrapping around nearly everyone in this party, this makeshift, disheveled party. Okay, yep. You weren't kidding. That's fine. We're done. Hands up. Everyone, if you have a weapon, drop it. We'll go. We care about Vallaki, and we've heard bad things about the Walkers, and we knew that outsiders, you might be involved as well. We shouldn't have jumped the gun. Loretta! We apologize.
Unless you have something else to say, currently the Walkers are the only ones that have a plan to deal with this shit.
That is not to our knowledge. All we know is this city's going to hell, and
We know. We can see. We've dealt with it ourselves. Why do you think we're trying to do something about it? We're taking the only chance that we have.
Well, to be fair, Isaac said that the outsiders were the ones who caused the ruin last night. The outsiders were the ones who brought the vampires here. You mean to blame us for the knowledge that we know? The announcement that was made, we were to look out for you. We thought maybe if you left, we could turn things around.
Can I wild shape out of my wolf form as Theren is having this conversation?
Absolutely.
Why listen to Isaac, the one who has aided in putting you all in this situation you're currently in?
They don't know that, Theren.
You don't understand. You've never lived here. You just walked in the gate and decided you knew how this worked. Look, the burgomaster's been lying for a long time. And to be fair, there's been peace for most of it. You can understand why now that there's not peace, it makes sense. The only thing that's changed is you. Now, I know that's not true. But it turned back to like the people. But you don't. Just don't know the other side of the story, alright? That Isaac's a liar. And it's easy for us to say that, but it's true. I was there. I know he's a liar. I've seen what he's done. You've seen what he's done. He's just told you it's for a good reason, but it's not.
It's just hard when it's the only voice we know.
I get it. There's a different voice now. There's a chance to do something better. This place does not have to operate with fear and with blood. And I'm speaking from someone who knows. And I've got 2 arrows in me, and I'm not looking to take your blood because that is not the point. We have to do things differently. Or the people that come after us, our children, are going to be the ones that pay the price for whatever ignorance we claim we have. You have to listen. You have to grow up.
After hearing Enzo talk to them, I'm going to slowly pull the sword out of the ground, and all the tendrils are going to come off of everybody that's being held down by them. I'm going to throw Baron back on my back and go around and start to help all of them up. After I do, I want to go over to Enzo, put my hand on one of the wounds from the arrows, and use my healing hands to give him 5 hit points and try to heal that one wound. You're right. I don't know. I am sorry.
I'll look to the half-orc as this is kind of happening, and then just quickly I'll say, I'm from here, you fucking idiot. Head out to Old Sphalic Road, you'll find a tattered home that barely remains. You can come visit me anytime. I have this entire city's best interest in hand. And the one that you listened to, Isaac, he killed my brother. So, let's not be too keen on following leaders blindly, eh?
What's a city without a leader, then?
An opportunity. Now get your fucking group out of here and spread the word that we're looking out for everyone regardless of what Isaac says. Or don't, I could give a shit. I'll rip your flesh from your skull, I don't care.
Can I look for the archer that shot me?
The halfling, yes, is under the tree, rotating her shoulder around after being grabbed down. She is the only one who took damage. She took damage from the fall. She's rotating her neck, trying to get a kink out of her shoulder and just rubbing the side of her rib.
You said she was the only one hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dahlia is, after she stands up, gonna catch her eye and just give a little shift of her fingers and cast Healing Word. And she's gonna get back 5 hit points.
Would she know this is coming from you?
Yeah, I want to catch her eye before I do it and give her a little, like, I got you, Pookie. Sorry, my friends are a little dramatic.
From the hollowed ghost-like woman. It's like,
guys, I'm so sorry.
A small white glow that goes across her knees. You can see this light snake down her arm. As that shakeout of her arm gets a little bit easier, she just gives you a slight nod with a very kind smile. No words in return, but the kindness in her eyes shows she's very thankful. As this half-orc pipes up, what are you going to do with us now? Can we go?
Unless you'd like to join us at the tavern for a drink, I suppose you should go home probably. Prepare for the festival tomorrow. Maybe watch from the back. Just trust me.
She begins to gather up her friends, her group, gives you all a slight nod before she turns to walk back towards the main street. The guards begin to take their posts once again, though they look a little disheartened, knowing that you all are still standing. And as you begin to walk down the Wachter House Hill back towards Vallaki, snoring from a cliff in the distance, that is where we will end tonight's episode.
hey!
Thank you all so much for listening. Come on back in 2 weeks where we end the final day before the parade. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
The sun rises on the final day. It's like funny because the sun doesn't rise in Barovia, but like it's a sun festival and it's gonna explode.
Oh, because it's a bomb.
Yeah, because it's a
blowing up,
bomb.
yeah.
So yeah, that's why it's funny. The Majora's Mask reference.
Dude, you're over there and I'm over here, dude. Like, damn.